How to rise after every fall. Life has a way of knocking us down. Sometimes softly, sometimes brutally. Sometimes it's a disappointment you didn't expect. Sometimes it's a failure you thought you'd never face. And sometimes it's a moment that breaks you so deeply you wonder if you'll ever stand again. But here's the truth most people forget. Falling is not the end. Falling is part of the journey. Falling is part of being human. And rising again, that's what makes you unstoppable. Everyone falls. Everyone fails. Everyone goes through darkness. But not everyone rises. What separates the person who comes back stronger from the person who stays down isn't strength, luck, or talent. It's the decision, the simple, stubborn decision, to get up again. When life knocks you down, it doesn't ask for your permission. But rising? That's a choice you get to make. Some people think strength is about never breaking. But real strength is breaking, bending, shattering, and still choosing to stand again. Still choosing to fight. Still choosing to believe that there's something ahead worth moving toward. You rise not because it's easy, but because staying down hurts even more. Think about every comeback story you've ever admired. Champions, entrepreneurs, artists, leaders, survivors, none of them have perfect histories. They all have one thing in common. They fell, and they decided that the fall would not be the end of their story. Nobody learns resilience from comfort. Nobody grows stronger from winning all the time. Strength is forged in fire. Confidence is born in failure. Courage is shaped in fear. Wisdom is carved out of pain. Your greatest growth happens in your lowest moments, not the highest. When you fall, you discover what you're really made of. You discover what you truly want. You discover who's really there for you and who never was. You discover the parts of yourself that were hidden behind pride, perfection, or fear. The fall exposes you, but the rise transforms you. And make no mistake, rising is not instant. It's not glamorous. It's not loud. Sometimes rising looks like getting out of bed when your mind tells you to stay down. Sometimes rising looks like trying again when you're terrified of failing again. Sometimes rising looks like starting from zero when you thought you were already at your peak. Rising is a slow climb, a painful one, but every inch forward counts. Here's the truth. The fall is where you learn. The rise is where you grow. And the journey in between, the struggle, the fight, the days no one sees, that's where you become the person you were meant to be. When you fall, don't ask, why me? Ask, what now? Because the fall already happened. What matters is the next step. And that next step might be small, painfully small. But small steps count. Small steps create momentum. Small steps lead to big victories. Rise one step today, another tomorrow, and another the day after that. One day you'll look back and realize you climbed a mountain you didn't think you could survive. People will look at your strength and call you lucky, not realizing how many times you broke, cried, doubted yourself, and still kept going. They'll see the rise, but they'll never know the nights you spent convincing yourself you still had something left inside worth fighting for. You do. You still have something worth fighting for. A dream, a future, a purpose, a reason. A fire inside you that refuses to die, no matter how many storms life throws your way. Don't let the fall define you. Let the rise define you. You are not your mistakes. You are not your failures. You are not your worst days, your darkest moments, or your deepest fears. You are the person who keeps getting up. You're the person who survived everything meant to destroy you. You're the person who didn't quit, even when quitting felt easier. You're the person who still has the courage to hope. Do you know how powerful that makes you? Every time you rise, you reclaim your strength. Every time you rise, you rebuild your confidence. Every time you rise, you prove to yourself that your story isn't over. Life will knock you down again, that's guaranteed. But every fall will hurt less, because you'll know something you didn't know before. You always rise. And rising becomes a habit, a mindset, a way of living. You stop fearing failure, because you know you can recover. You stop fearing loss because you know you can rebuild. You stop fearing pain because you know you can transform it. Falling teaches you. Rising changes you. So if you're down right now, if you feel lost, defeated, overwhelmed, remember this. You are allowed to start again. You are allowed to heal slowly. You are allowed to rebuild your life at your own pace. And you are allowed to rise, even if it doesn't look perfect. You don't need a dramatic comeback. You just need one small decision. I'm not done yet. Say it. Believe it. Live it. Because you're not done. Not even close. The fall was just a chapter, not the ending. Your rise starts now. Stand up. Take a breath. Take a step. And rise. Again, and again, and again, until the world sees the strength you've always carried inside.